Another beautiful morning out on the range today with Gunslinger Firearms and Gear. We have a continuation of the High Point video that we did with a new product review for the High Point C9 9mm. Jeff, what do we have here?
Well, in the High Point video, I stated that we only had factory magazines that were reliable in the High Point, an 8 and a 10. Now from Redball Sports, they have a 20-round High Point 9mm magazine. Of course, it'll fit in either the C9 or it'll fit in the High Point carbine, 9mm carbine. It's actually something that is sanctioned by MKS Supply, which is the company that handles or reps High Point. So if they kind of have their name on it, I would think that it works. We're gonna open it up, we're gonna load it, and we're gonna give it a try.
And this is new in the package. We haven't had this
new in
out
the
or anything
package.
yet.
So we are going to unpackage this, and we're going to load it up and see if it does indeed work.
And we're going to be using Federal 9mm 115 grain full metal jacket today.
Well, it looks as if you've got a standard 10-round magazine, and it has this adapter or connector, and there the Redball extension is what it kind of looks like when you look at it. It's actually kind of nicely put together. I mean, kind of strange looking.
Yeah, it almost looks like they've connected two magazines together.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. And you know, hell with the shape, I mean, if it doesn't work, it'd make one hell of a boomerang. Just hope it doesn't come back. But if it works, hell, proof will be in the pudding. All right, actually, before we load this up and everything, we're going to test fit it in the gun and see if it fits, and then we'll also see if it locks the slide back too, before we put any ammo in it. So it's locked into the gun. And locks the slide back. So now we're going to load it.
There's 20 rounds in it. Let's get to shooting.
It's time to try it out. Right away, having a problem. So there we go. Well, screw that. All right. High Point 8-rounder. Let's see if that works. That worked. Let's try old boomerang out again. It ain't gonna work. I can already see. Nose down in the magazine. No. It ain't gonna work. Let's try shucking this one off. No. Maybe. Let's try that one. Nope. Nose dive as soon as you put it in the gun. Let's try it again. Might just be because it's new. Let's put the slide forward. Oh, growing pains, I guess. It works, locked the slide back, and vacated the rest of the rounds out of the magazine. I guess just being new, Terry kind of complained about when he loaded it that it was kind of hard to get the rounds in there. Taking it fresh out of the package might just be a kind of a stumbling block getting it broke in, and I think we'll try and load a few more rounds in it and see if it happens again.
It seemed like after the follower got down past that midway point,
Yeah.
that the rounds wanted to nose down.
When you were loading it.
Yeah, when I was
okay.
loading it.
Just an odd creature, as far as the way it looks. I mean, after that first, few rounds trying to get it chambered, it finally did work. But let's try it again with the magazine filled again, and that round is at the top. I'm going to try it with the slide forward instead of the slide back. It seemed to work better last time we did that. Chambered. Did not chamber. Well, I think it's the first few rounds. It seems like that tension on the feed lips from all of that might cause a few malfunction. Maybe if you load it down a few rounds, it might work a little better. Past that first hiccup, the roadblock, whatever you want to call it, it seemed to work okay. One thing that I noticed, and Terry noticed when he loaded it, it doesn't have a window down here that shows you when your magazine's full. And truthfully, as difficult as it is to kind of load, because it is stiff, if you had some kind of a window down here, if you happen to lose count between cuss words when you're trying to load it, then that might be helpful. So I think that if Redball is listening, they might want to put some kind of a window down here to show that it's fully loaded. Okay. All right. Terry and I got to noticing something when we were in between takes and so on, and I got to looking at this packaging, and it says right here, High Point Firearms, 995 TS carbine, 9mm 20 round capacity, made in USA. High Point Firearms, 9mm 20 round, so on, so on, so on. Well, I happened to open this up, and it'd be nice if they would have stated this on the front of the packaging. Use only with High Point Firearms, carbine, 9mm model, blah, blah, blah. Well, it doesn't say anything about handgun or anything like that. It doesn't say anything you can't use it, but like anyone else that's out there, if they have a High Point carbine and they have a High Point handgun, C9 handgun, those magazines are interchangeable. They work quite well. As a matter of fact, the extended 10-round magazine that we were shooting with that C9 is nothing more than a carbine magazine with an adapter on the end of it. So I mean, that should probably be on the front of the packaging if they don't want it used in the handgun. It worked fine after we got it going, and I mostly would have thought that you would experience the same malfunctions with the carbine if you were using the magazine.
I also see that we weren't using the recommended ammunition.
Yeah, and that should be something to be on the front of it too, I would think, and especially if that's important. But it says to better enhance your shooting experience, we recommend. It doesn't say you can't use anything else. So I mean, I guess in an ammunition shortage, you better stock up on Winchester White Box, CCI Blazer brass and aluminum, American Eagle, and PMC bronze. I guess if you got anything else, you might be screwed.
So from everything that we've seen here, opening this up, brand new in the package, Personally, when I buy a product, I want that product to function right out of the package. I don't want something that I have to mess with or modify or do anything like that to make it function. This did not function 100% right out of the package. Jeff, what do you think? Is this something that you would recommend buying or that you would buy for yourself?
Well, I mean, I'm not going out there buying Hi-Point handguns, just to tell you the truth. I mean, I have owned a Hi-Point carbine, and at the time I wish I could have had more capacity, and I might have tried one of these if I still had that Hi-Point carbine. But given the circumstance that we got here where it didn't function reliably out of the package, and maybe certain warnings should have been put on the package, we might not have even tried it in the first place. You know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, as far as what we do with Gunslinger Firearms and Gear is honest reviews, and it honestly didn't work out of the package. You know, and you make your own decision. If you want to try one, and if maybe they're having growing pains, and it you know, might work down the road.
Now, we tried this with the pistol.
That's correct. Yeah.
Not knowing that we should have tried it with the carbine. If we run across a carbine that we can use or that we can obtain in the near future, we may actually test this with the carbine that it's meant for.
That's right. You know, and you know, give it a fair shake. You know, so if I can get a hold of one, we'll grab it and we'll see if it works with the carbine. And if it does, then you know, maybe that's exactly what it's intended for, like the package says. But as hard as it was to load, and just even nose diving trying to chamber rounds, essentially a carbine's the same function as the pistol is internally. I don't know if it would be any different, but if we can get a hold of a carbine, we'll try it out.
Thanks a lot, guys. Make sure and like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel.